I've been pretty frustrated for some time now with the nighttime lighting from the headlights of our 2008 Roadtrek 190 Popular. It's actually based on a 2007 Chevy Express 3500 van. So it's your standard Chevy van up front. And one of the things that we have found is, as the second owners, the headlights were pretty scratched up. You'll see we have the Rhino guard, grill guard on there now, which the previous owner also installed. But I'm pretty sure that when he was doing some of his off the beaten path photography, he probably did some scratches on those headlights, and that's part of why he ended up with the grill guard in the first place. Anyway, over time, it has just become kind of frustrating because I've been finding that at times I am out driving my headlights, which is not a good condition to be in, especially on some back roads where we like to go when we go off the beaten path. And I have wondered for some time now whether I was going to be able to replace these headlights, if it was going to be a difficult project to do or not. And I finally decided to bite the bullet and figure out how to do it myself and not pay a dealership to do that kind of work. And I'm really excited that I did it. The swap of the new unit for the old unit was pretty straightforward, pretty simple, really easy in terms of only having one tool that you have to use. And you will see that there is a significant difference in the way it looks, just based on the brand new, perfectly clear headlight cover that is on there now versus what was on there from the original unit. I found a replacement set on Amazon for a reasonable price. They are not original equipment, so hopefully they will hold up over time like the original equipment has. But it had pretty good reviews. Most people said that they came in good shape, that they've worked really well, the bulbs are good, so I'm not too concerned about it. One of the things I was concerned about was how difficult it might be, especially with these vehicles now. You don't know how complicated it is when you go to take out an original equipment item and try to put in a replacement item. What I found tonight is that this was probably one of the simplest jobs for do-it-yourselfers I've ever seen. It requires one tool, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes if you're really slow and careful, and the first one's going to take you longer than the second one because you have to kind of figure out how it's all going to fit together. I had the added trick of having to pull these units out with the grill guard in place because I was not going to try to remove that. And it was actually not bad at all. It was just a matter of being smarter than your average bear and figuring out an angle that I could turn the unit and pull it out without scratching it all up. This is the actual headlight unit itself. This is the driver's side, is one big box with the bulbs inside for low beams and high beams. You will see as I go around here, it really is just one giant plastic unit all sealed up. There's the plugs where you plug everything in, and it really is as simple as releasing some bolts, unplugging the old light, plugging in the new one, and reattaching the bolts. Over here you can see this is where the unit goes inside the van. It just sits in there. There are two clips on the bottom of this that sit inside some recesses that are attached to the van itself. That keeps it from wobbling up and down. And then over here, as you can see when it's attached, these are the two bolts here. It's just a 10mm bolt. Again, this is on the 2007 Chevy Express 3500, so different model years may have different bolts, but that's a 10mm bolt. It literally just took a matter of using a very small and handy socket wrench to release those bolts. And then, as I mentioned, I had to wiggle the unit out a little bit more than most people would because I have this grill guard in place, but not a bad time at all. It really was quite easy to do. So, full disclosure, the passenger side took me a little bit longer than the driver's side, and it was just a little more complicated because of where the battery is located and where I had to try to get that the clips on the bottom of the unit have to lock in so that you don't get the headlight rocking when you're driving. And it's a lot tighter in there, so I had to really kind of maneuver it around a little bit more on the passenger side than it on the driver's side. I'm sure having the Rhino grill guard didn't help with that. Most vans like this, if you don't have that grill guard in place, you would simply remove the bolts and the whole thing would just kind of lift up and out, straight in and out, and it'd be a lot easier. So don't let that be daunting to you just because I had to deal with a little bit extra. I do think the passenger side is going to take you a little bit longer because of having less space to work to get inside underneath it, both to deal with the the plugs for the lights themselves, and then also having to deal with that battery and other things being in the area of that side of the van, and having to deal with not having as much space for your fingers or your hands. I have little hands, that helps. If you have big hands, that's going to be a bigger issue. But again, I don't think it's that complicated of a procedure to do, and I would rate this as a really easy way to get much better lighting at night, and obviously that's going to be a lot safer for everybody. Also, don't forget, when you install new headlight units like this, you need to level them so that they're not sitting too high and blinding oncoming drivers. And also, if they're too high, you'll get a nice long distance view from your headlights, but you won't be able to see stuff that's right in front of you on the road. So you want to go through the process that works for your vehicle. In this case, there is a leveling screw on the top of the units, and there's an access hole or a port that you can get to it built into these Chevy vans. On these replacement models, it was just with using a Phillips screwdriver. With the original equipment, it was a special type of Torx bit, so luckily this worked out really well and was easy for me to adjust the level of the headlights. The high beams, this is the new high beams, pretty blinding, which is what they should be when you're standing right in front of them. With the old ones, you could stare at it and go, I think the high beams are on. Wow, why did I not do this a year ago? Live and learn. That's the name of the game.